Hello world, I'm Rell.
And I'm Nina.
And this is the No Returns podcast.
I make up the rules, do what I wanna. Yeah. They don't want no problems, they want drama. Yeah. Seeking for attention is your problem. Yeah. I've been on my that's word to mama. Yeah.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of No Returns podcast. As you guys know, sorry, I don't feel like I was really in my mic. As you guys know, you are probably watching us here on YouTube at No Returns podcast, but you can also find us on other social media avenues. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, all No Returns podcast. Only difference is on Instagram, smush it all together, and on Facebook, space it all out. You can also find us on Patreon, patreon.com/No Returns podcast, where over on Patreon, you could pledge as little as $5 a month.
Bingo.
And get dope bonus episodes.
A lot of gems.
Yeah, right?
A lot of gems.
We have guests. We have moral of the story. We got a couple of things popping off over there. So shimmy on over to Patreon, put in your pledge, copy you a life pack, a love pack, or a legacy pack, and just enjoy. Bring a notebook.
Yeah.
So before we get into the actual episode, we've covered that stuff, but we also have a sponsor today, and this video is once again sponsored by In Command Dog Training. You can find them at incommandDogTraining.com. You can find them at 717-255-4567.
Bingo.
You can find them at incommandDogTraining@gmail.com.
Bingo.
And when you do, make sure that you let them know you heard about them right here on No Returns. Hit up our boy Ian over there at In Command Dog Training. They do all different kinds of training. You can get, a day. You can have your dog boarded up with him for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. They have different packages. Really, really good people. We have fur babies, and they be needing a lot of training. So yeah, we take them over there, and yeah, it's good business.
Yeah. Mention No Returns. Get yourself a discount on any services that you're looking for. And before we get into this episode, you'll probably hear our dog Tulip in the back.
Yeah, she's
in the
behind
cage,
us.
so you'll probably hear her clawing around in there. So just ignore that or pay attention to it, whatever you want to do.
Because she didn't go to In Command right away.
Yeah, she got herself in a cage
with no blankets.
Doing time.
All right. So we can, I guess, jump right into this episode unless you have anything that you need to put out there to the people.
Patreon's $5, guys. It's really not that hard. $5 for some great gems, some great content, man. We have guests on there. A lot of these guests that come on have businesses.
Yeah.
A lot of them just have life lessons that you probably went through, because I go through them. She goes through them. So
Tulip goes through them.
She's going through them right now. So there's life lessons out there in those bonus episodes, and there's a lot of gems in there. So again, that's only $5. If you want to pledge the $10 and the $20, that's your world. But all it really is required is $5, and you get all the bonus episodes. You get all the moral of the stories. You get the book club that we're about to start, so you get a lot of bonus content,
behind the scenes stuff that will be, it's expanding, but for the most part, honestly, guys, those bonus episodes, they are really bomb. They're a little bit longer than the episodes here, but that's because we're sitting down with guests talking about life, spirituality, love, legacies, their businesses, just different things. It gets really, really deep.
Yeah, so that's over at our Patreon, and that's only $5 again. So
I know we're still in pandemic mode, but I look at it like this. I pay more for my subscription services to watch Netflix and mindless things, so I can give up the $5.
Oh, for sure.
A
lot of y'all pay that 15 family plan for that Apple Music. There's a lot of trashness on there.
We definitely pay that.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, there's a lot of trashness on here.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all pay that. What is it, like $10? I think without. Anyways, long story short, it's only $5. Well, I'm not here.
We're not here to bash y'all.
It's only $5. So if you want the good content, go over there and become a Patreon. Again, you do get these episodes for free on Monday, and if that holds you over, then
oh yeah, and then the bonus drops every Thursday, and we ain't missed a Thursday yet.
Yeah. So go ahead and check that out.
All right, so I got some, I feel like, pretty spicy topics today. So just getting into the first one, we can actually, I guess, start with the crystals.
Okay.
Since that kind of, I feel like, will lead into other things. So we actually got a question from one of our devoted followers, subscribers, patrons. Shout out to you because you pledged.
Facts.
Steph, aka Frenchie.
Yeah.
She actually asked about the crystals. How do you connect and how does it pick you? Do you want to start with this one since you just recently were chosen?
Yeah. So I'll tell you that crystals is something that I'm still doing my research on. I'm still learning more, trying to figure out which crystals suit me better, what crystals do, how to charge them, how to put intentions behind them, and still trying to like build my relationship with my crystals. That sounds crazy, but
true though.
Literally, like, I was in the same place when I first went to get my crystals, which was only like 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe like 3.
Yeah, probably about 2
my
or 3.
birthday weekend. Yeah. So like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had no clue how I was gonna go in there and a crystal was just gonna be like
whenever he appeared.
Yeah, whenever Dwight Schrute appeared. So and then, I was still trying to figure out like how I was gonna go in here and the crystal was gonna call your boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Never even talked to this crystal before.
Did you think I was crazy when I said it'll kind of pick you? Or when you heard
no,
it?
because you're not the first person to say that. I mean, you're the first person to say it, but like when I listened to this other show, she got into it and I was like, so I wonder how that works. So long story short, you'll really go in and you'll find one that catches your eye. Like it'll really catch your eye. Like you'll be like, it's like the first one that catches your eye is the one that's like you're drawn to, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, you look around at other crystals though, but if you keep going back to the one that really caught you, then you know that that's the one.
And I have a question for you. Go ahead.
You know that's the one that you're rocking with. You may not feel energy from it. I don't think I felt energy from it. So don't necessarily look at it from that point of view, but I knew that was the one I kept going back to. And then I was also looking for a particular crystal, but not really understanding like how it works. But I was looking for a particular crystal, and it turns out that the crystal that I kept going back to was in the line of crystals I was looking for. So it just worked out that way.
When you say you were looking for a particular crystal, does that mean that you had like researched certain names of crystals and you were looking for that particular crystal, or were you looking for a crystal to do particular things or have a particular qualities of things that you were looking for? Break that down a little bit.
I think that I didn't research. I mean, I researched crystals, but like obviously being a beginner, I couldn't go in there and be, I'm looking for this. I just didn't know that much.
So when you say you were looking for particular crystals, it was more like I'm looking for something that will provide or add to creativity, something that will add to.
Yeah. I was just looking for something that's just yeah. So I was just there was like certain things that I was looking for that I wanted. Whether that was creativity, it was a lot.
Yeah, and
it was a lot going into one crystal, but like, and then when I went into the shop and the crystal that I was drawn to the most happened to be the one that was like right in that line. And there was a lot of crystals to choose from. So like, it wasn't like this was like set up or anything or anybody guiding me in this direction. Actually, the lady had guided me in a whole nother direction. And I had kept looking through the crystals and I came across like this brown one right here. And the lady was started telling me what this crystal was, what it was about, and everything. And I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect, because that's exactly what I was looking for. And then we went over to like the other little crystal wall, and got 2 more crystals. That's what's in this little thing. 2 more crystals that also fell right in line what I was looking for. So I feel like it's about timing. I feel like if you go in there, and you know, what's the word? You go in there and you just put on your heart what you're looking for.
Yes. So literally before you even go, we pretty much call it, I guess, like setting intention. Again, I'm not like a specialist on crystals either. This is something I've just been into it a little bit longer, about 2 years versus just, getting started within this last year, probably like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But really, like he said, you kind of have an intention of like what you're looking for that you want to get from the crystal. Sorry, I'm like mad low. I don't know. Nah, there I am. Okay. You're kind of thinking about like, okay, do I need to be grounded in my life? Am I trying to draw in my passions? Am I trying to draw in being creative? Am I trying to get more focused mentally? Like, am I finding myself being all over the place? And like, once you kind of identify those things and keep that like in mind when you're going in to look for them, you will be drawn. Like literally, it's just like he said, like you'll kind of see one that you just can't get away from. Like you just keep coming back to it. Like you see all these other crystals because it's really overwhelming. He's like he said, there aren't like 5 crystals that you're trying to know. There's like tons of crystals, but there's gonna be like a certain one that color or brilliance or brilliance, like how much it shines, things like that, how it's cut. If it's tumbled, like one of them are tumbled versus like the other 2 are very raw crystals. Tumbled is kind of like smooth.
Like there's literally there'll be 1,000 reasons for you to choose. Like, I mean, there'll be 1,000 crystals for you to choose from. You know what I'm saying? But like you'll know, like you'll be one will catch your eye. Whether it's, like she said, it's the color, the way it's shaped, the way it looks. Like it'll be something about it that you'll be like, yeah, that's the one. And again, like I made sure that I had on my brain. Thanks too. Again, I had to make sure that I had like on my brain, but also on my heart, what I was looking for, and I went in, and that just happened to be the stone that I picked personally. Again, the lady was putting me on to some other stones. This is the one that I put myself onto. You know what I'm saying? And I went and took that one, and it just became everything that I needed it to be. But
and you're like private. I feel like even when she was asking like what are you looking for, like you kind of gave her some stuff, but like he said, it's on his brain and on his heart, and he was looking for quite a few things, and some things you're very it's personal,
right? And also just being new into that environment. You know how it is when you get into new things. You might talk to somebody a bit more experienced, and I don't want to sound too crazy to you, like I might not know what I'm talking about or something like that, but
That's true.
So I think it was a little bit of that, but also I think it was a little bit of, I kind of want something to pick me, you know what I'm saying? And then like something that stands out to me, because they say, the crystal, the one that you need will be the one that stands out to you. So like I wanted to make sure it stood out to me. So then when I picked it, I know that would be the right one. And surprisingly, that's the one that I have on me right now. Perfect. Is the one that stood out to me. And it's the one I kept going back to. And it's the one that was the exact thing that I need. The exact thing that I needed at this time. As well as doing this whole crystal thing. So like, even though like, we cleared the crystals and I put my intentions into the crystal. Like this isn't like a one-stop solve all problem shop. So like there's still work to be done. Like I still gotta work. I still got to do my side of the things. You know what I'm saying? So like I have this thing where, what I'm saying? Really, I just came across it this year, I think, which was, what is my saying?
You have quite a few.
Yeah, but this one is like my new saying for like, it just came in like this year, I think. Maybe towards the end of this year. We do our part and God will do the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Faith.
Yeah.
God honors faith. God
honors faith. God honors faithfulness.
That's
but
what
also, as long as I'm doing my part, I know that God will cover the rest.
This is very true.
That's kind of how I look at the crystal thing. As long as I'm doing my part. What?
Oh no, I'm listening to you because one of my friends had actually texted me and was like, I thought of you the other day because this lady was selling crystals on Facebook and they were weight loss crystals.
Yeah.
And she was like, literally all she did was wear them and she lost weight. And I was like,
yeah. So like, I mean, that's kind of how I look at my crystals. As long as I'm doing the part that I need to do. Like I'm doing my half. The crystals are going to handle the rest. You know what I'm saying? Or the intention that I put into them. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I look at everything. So when it comes to challenges that like I have, whether they're like spiritual challenges, life challenges, whatever, I always, you know what I mean? Like, let me do my part. As long as I do my part, the rest is going to fall into place. And
everything is work. I think people forget that everything is work. Even when you're getting spiritually grounded, it's work. Whether you're into a religion or you're into spirituality. If it's religion, then you have books and things to read. Spirituality, you got books and things to read. But you also have to learn to sit with yourself and with your higher power, whatever that may be. Even if you don't feel like you have a higher power, then your own consciousness is your higher power.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, like just how you set your intentions and things. And that was like one of the things that we talked about. Because when you're first trying to do it, it's really weird. It's like
it is weird.
It's almost like really uncomfortable because you don't know if you're doing things the right way. You want to be careful because you don't really know. Like I know for you, you're always kind of like, I'm not trying to invite nothing that don't belong. So let me make sure I'm doing this right.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm not messing with like anything crazy like that.
Yeah,
so
no.
like once I say that if you're looking to get into crystals, you take some time out to really understand what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Where the crystals come from, how the crystals are used. You know what I'm saying? It's not really to any of that craziness on that side. You know what I'm saying? Not to call it craziness, but like it's not that
extreme.
deep into the game.
You're just not extreme. You're not calling no spirits or nothing.
Not at all. Really, for me, it's about just
and you're not worshiping your crystals.
No, not at all. But I'm like just literally something to keep me grounded, something to keep me connected to my higher power, and something to just keep me moving at a pace, a higher level. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's important when you're doing that, like he said, learn about it, do your own research, find out, by doing your own research, researching your own lifestyle, what you need, what you're looking to do with them, because some crystals handle certain things. When it comes to charging and cleansing and learning how to do that, I think that even in learning how to cleanse, it was a little bit foreign just because it's like, well, what am I cleansing them of? Well, when people are in stores and things, everybody's touching things. And even, I don't know if people know this, but like everything you do leaves a trace. When I was in high school, I took a forensics class and like literally everything we do leaves a trace. Whether you're, giving somebody a hug, your clothes are leaving trace on them, your scent, your energy, it leaves traces. So when people are touching crystals, like you don't know if they were at a lower vibrating state. They could have been really sad. They could have been whatever.
For sure.
The thing about crystals is that they have an old energy. Crystals have been here on Earth probably for as long as Earth has been here. Now, some have formed newer, and they all form in different ways. You got crystals that form in volcanoes, crystals that form in the ocean, whatever. But they have an energy to them that has resonated from like the dawn of time. You know what I'm saying? And some crystals, you can actually feel that energy. You can feel when they're cold, when they're hot, if they're vibrating, when you touch them. You'll get like all kinds of sensations. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we were just at the bookstore the other day and we had they have like this crystal area and we had like walked past it. Well, we were going to go look at it, but I had first walked past this shelf and I just felt this mad blast of like cold air, vibrations, cold. It was crazy. And it's the first time that I ever felt it. You know what I'm saying? So then I think she ended up walking past it and felt the same thing. Yeah. But we couldn't find which crystal it was because there was like a lot of crystals on the shelf. We couldn't find which one it was, but like for me, that was just like, wow, all right, so this is how this works then, okay? So I know I'm in the right direction because now, crystals is talking to your boy.
because they wasn't talking to me. I mean, like when I first went to pick out my crystals, like they weren't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I be wearing these, and I mean, the one show I read, they said, you know, you should wear them for about 10 days to like really let them get used to you or whatever. But like, yeah, but I haven't, since I've been around the crystals I wear myself, I haven't been around like any other ones. So to like walk down like past this little stool of crystals and to be blasted with like this cold energy, for me was like, oh, okay, yeah. So this really does work.
This is something real.
Yeah. So like, all right, I'm picking up some type of vibe here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So again, do your research, of course. Don't ever take our advice to just be the King Kong of advice. Look, man, I don't want you in your room talking to spirits. So don't take my advice. All right.
Definitely do your research.
Yeah,
there are people on YouTube. There's podcasts. Yeah. There's books.
Yeah. Learn something about it. You know what I'm saying? I learned something. I did some research before like I jumped into it. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And what I read, I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So make sure you do your research. Just don't jump in it. Don't become the Crystal Dawn. Crystal Dawn. Don't become Crystal Dawn. And you got like 50 million crystals in the house and you don't know what one of them do.
Yeah, because that can go either way, y'all. If you don't know what you're doing, and I actually heard this on when you were listening to the podcast, like you can get sick, things can happen. If you're not aware of what you're looking for, your energy, and what those crystals actually do, some crystals really do have like healing things to them. There's so many different things. So just like everything else, learn for yourself, do your research. Like you said, we're not experts. We're not at all. We're practicing. Like, I don't even know. We're just new to it, but we've learned our own things for what we're looking for.
Practicing, but I'm practicing me at least. I'm practicing for myself.
Absolutely.
I'm not practicing for anything. So this isn't going to be anything crazy. Like when we have kids, I'm not about to hand my kids a 50 million crystals. Like I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for myself. Now, if my kid ever my kid gets older in age and he decides he wants to figure out like the type of wavelength me and his mom was on, then I would be like, yeah, come on, we can talk about it, man. But like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to be caved out up in this joint.
So, I mean, like, yeah, you ain't gonna see your boy crystalled out.
Yeah, I'm trying to have, like, my couch made out of, like,
ain't
quartz.
Happening. Nah. I mean, you just find what, like, I'm a believer and you find what you need. And you hold on to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't OD in it.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Because anything that's good for you is good for you, but too much of it is just going to turn into something else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just need that little dose that I need.
Stay grounded.
Yeah. And anything after that, it's out of my hands, man. But, again, they're just crystals. They have a lot of powerfulness behind them, but again, you know, they're not God. So
Say it again.
They're just crystals. They got a lot of powerness behind them, but again, they're not God. So let's be mindful of that. Yeah.
We can probably do a whole other bonus segment on crystals alone. Okay. So from there, because we just got done advising people and not advising people.
Yeah, they like really beat us on these mic stands, man. It irritates me every day.
I was wondering what you had going on over there.
This mic stand is like terrible. They beat us on these every day. Like these mic stands was like $30-something a piece. Ultimately, I think we paid like $100 and something.
Yeah, like $120.
Yeah. And this is like the second pair of some of them.
I'm glad mine got its life.
Yeah, some of them are like the second pair. Some screws are stripped. It doesn't even. All right, long story. It doesn't matter.
You're upset.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
So one of the topics I have, like I said, we just got done talking about the crystals and not advising and advising. What do you think about advising your friends on their relationships? Young Rello. Should I break that down a little more?
Yeah, you can.
All right. So when I'm asking what do you think about advising your friends on your relationships, we all have friends who are in relationships, crazy relationships, good relationships, whatever.
Yeah.
And we have friends that, you know, bring to us sometimes what they're going through, and you're just listening to like their side of things. And, you know, for me, I know that there's always three stories.
Yeah.
Three sides to a story. that person's, this person's, and what actually is popping off in the middle there. So do you advise your friends on their relationships? Are you for it? Are you kind of like, leave me out of that?
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't really get into other people's relationships because it's not really
I could attest to that.
Yeah, it's not really my forte. I can't tell you how you handle your relationship. I can tell you, you know what I mean, what you did wrong, but who can't? Who can't tell you what you did wrong? So do you
just, okay, so there you go. Are you addressing just like your friend if they do bring it to you?
No, because that's not wrong. I mean, if you're telling me the whole story, I can address both sides where the problem was, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it doesn't help me to get in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't, because like, all right.
Like, so you're in it for yourself? They're asking you for help for them.
I mean, like, for me, it's just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because depending on what you're bringing to me, first of all, you're not going to take my advice anyways. So let's just stop there. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to take my advice. You're still going to go back and do whatever you wanted to do. So you're not going to take this sound advice I'm giving to you. You're not even going to think about this sound advice I'm giving to you. But just because, like, I already know that most people they're not going to tell you the full story. They're going to tell you everything except for their crap that they might have had in the issue. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I think it's just Tootie.
She's like chasing her tail or her shadow or something.
I just, you know, like, I don't know. For me, I'll give you advice if you ask for it. But then again, at the end of the day, like, you got to figure it out. Like, what can I do for you? You know what I'm saying? But you can't bring it back to me every week. Because what are we doing here? I'm not, you either going, like, if this is going to work, it's going to work. If it ain't going to work, then all right, whatever. If I gotta go like to a friend or my friends every week about some ish that's happening in my relationship, then all right, me and the person in the relationship need to have a different conversation then.
Yeah, because I just feel like if you're doing that every week, then you're not even dealing with your actual relationship. You're just venting to your friends about your significant other or like your relationship.
Yeah.
You're not actually dealing with it.
Like, I mean, problems wise, if I keep coming to you with problems from my relationship, then like, after a while, the person you keep bringing it to should eventually be like, yo, are y'all even like happy? Like, do y'all have like a moment of peace? Is it ever like a calm storm in here? You know what I'm saying? Because every week you coming back with an issue. You know what I'm saying? It's this and then it's that. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, I think that you and your significant other should have like an honest conversation. I think that's important. I think it's important to start there.
And if you can't, then that's probably a sign right there.
Yeah, if you guys can't have the honest conversation, and I mean honest conversation where you both admit your wrongs, you know what I'm saying? You both admit where it was probably like we took a wrong turn here, or I took the wrong turn here, or I should have handled this differently, and she should have handled this differently. So I think that it's time for you guys to have an honest conversation. I mean, once or twice, maybe 3 times, we might have a conversation. But eventually, the person you're talking to is always going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, fellas, if you go back and holler at your guys about it, eventually your guys are going to talk to your other guys about it when you're not around. And it's going to be like, yo, dog, like, he keep bringing this relationship up, bro. I'm not even in the relationship. He calling me 2 a.m. because they arguing. Yeah,
then you become the topic of conversation / gossip between your friends, and that's just not. Yeah. Then you come around, it gets awkward. Everybody looking at you like, here we go.
Yeah, and then you might be in, you know what I mean, you be going at it with your girl or whatever, your significant other, and then you bring up my name in the middle of the conversation. Yo, Rell said you was wrong. Like, dang, that was between you and I. So now when I come over your crib, your girl looking at me like, oh, yeah, I'm wrong. All right. Then all of a sudden your girl telling you should look at your friends more closely. You should judge your friends more closely. I ain't have nothing to do with that. I was just telling where y'all both was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That was that. You ain't have to put my name in it. You're not telling her the whole story.
Yeah. You're not telling me the whole story.
Yeah, so now I'm in here looking stupid. And now it's like a 3-way war in here. All the time I'm in y'all relationship beefing.
Yeah.
that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's honest conversations. I think honest conversations are needed. I think honest conversations are needed on both sides. And yeah, on both sides. And you guys should really make sure that they're, you know what I mean, like super clear, honest conversations. Because nobody wants to be battling like at war for that long.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot that goes into it. Definitely.
Oh yeah, and before you go, like also like I don't want to be hanging out with my homies and we having a great time and I got to kill the vibe because I got to tell them what you did to piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like I
now
hate
I'm mad all over again.
that too, but I hate when I'm like when I used to hang out with people all crazy and they would be like, "Yo, y'all want to just go do?" It's like 2, 3 in the morning, y'all want to go do something else? Maybe come back to the crib, like because you don't want to go home. That don't have nothing to do with me. I want to go home. Like I'm ready to go home and get in bed with my wife. I don't know about you, but I'm good on my side. So like. Don't try to keep me starting problems in my house because you can't get yours under control, brother. So like, it's a lot that goes into it. But again, you know what I mean? I will give you the best sound advice a couple times in a row. You know what I mean? I will give you the benefit of the doubt. But if it becomes like an ongoing issue though, where every time we hang, I got to give you some type of sound advice about how you and your girl should be handling whatever.
And it's not even always bad.
No. It's not always bad. But I'm saying, not always bad, but like if y'all always arguing,
yeah, like
and you come to my crib, or every time we hang out, I got to discuss you through an argument.
Yeah, no.
Like, can one of these times you come to my crib and we hang out, it's just be like, yo, everything good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear about how everything is terrible, because then I'm going to just be like, yo, y'all even happy? Or do y'all ever have like a happy moment? You know what I'm saying? And like, y'all ever cool?
I know, like, even when I say that it's not always all bad, like, even when your friends are asking for relationship advice, it's not always all bad.
No.
Sometimes they really are looking for guidance, like, this is something that's new. Like, when you're in a new relationship, and it's not about arguing, but you're trying to, like, discover new ways to move. Like, say you've been in toxic relationships prior to this, and now you're trying to be in a healthy relationship, and your friends are looking at you like, okay, well, you seem to have a pretty healthy relationship, or you've had healthy relationships, so, like, you know, in which ways do you move? Like, even in that way, we can offer advice and gems and things. It's like, but again, how deep are you trying to get involved in?
Again, I can only offer you what I know. You know what I mean? Whether you're trying to move different, maybe you're trying to just put your best foot forward, I can tell you what I know. For you, and you know what I mean? When I tell you what I know, it's best for you to decipher that information and take what you think is acceptable for your relationship and use that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take all the information I told you unless all of it applies to you.
Yeah, because
but
I
if
don't know
it
your
doesn't,
partner like that.
Yeah.
I mean, in most scenarios. Some scenarios I know both of you.
And some I don't. You know what I mean? So for those I don't, take what applies to you and use it. Don't take everything, because everything may not be good. Mm-hmm. But also, even the stuff you take from me, understand that it has to be tweaked to work for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just my way ain't gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta tweak it, finesse it a little bit, really spit shine it up.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, really spit shine it up and get it together, you know what I'm saying? And then that way you can really finesse your way up in there. But I mean, like, again, everything takes time, everything takes patience. You really gotta put in the work. That's like the moral of the story.
You have to put in the work, and hopefully you're in a relationship with a partner who's willing to put in the work.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get in honest spaces.
Yeah, you got to put in the work. I can't come crack the code for you. I don't even know the code. You know what I'm saying?
The older I get, I feel like I'm more and more like you. Like, I can tell you from my own perspective, but this is my perspective.
Yeah, because you know what? Like, I think that people get caught up in like I know, like, people get caught up in like the beginning of like relationships, and like it goes so well. Like in the beginning, it goes so well. Like we click in the beginning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like we click in the beginning. Like, yo, babe, you want to try this salad? Yo, take some. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really want to give you half of what's on my plate.
A couple years later, why are you putting your fork on my plate?
I mean, like at the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what? You use this spoon? Oh, don't worry, I'll use the same spoon.
That.
You know what I mean? A couple years later, yo, get your own spoon, bro. Like, can I have this? Like, yo, what are you doing? Yo, I'm saying though, but honestly, like,
I don't want to share.
in the beginning, it's real sweet. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see her crazy. She don't see you crazy. You know what I mean? You don't see her
Real
BS.
generous.
You don't see his BS. You fit real good. Like, oh, man. You know what I mean? I love you has never sounded sweeter. It sounds
believe
amazing.
that you don't know a person, truly know them until you live with them? Or do you think that like years of just being with the person, not necessarily living together, you can know them?
You gotta live with somebody to know them.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know how he give it up. He don't know how you give it up.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, you just don't know. Like, he might be the dirtiest mofo you ever met in your life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You don't really know. Like, maybe he's not a dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? Now he got dishes sitting in the sink and you moved in with the guy. Now you will become the automatic dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, you gotta really live with somebody and dive in. You know what I'm saying? But you want to see, I believe that you want to see somebody in every experience of life.
I read that. I think it was Tyler Perry that says that like you should be with your partner through like all seasons of life.
Yeah, so like I want to see like when shit hits the fan, how this goes. You know what I'm saying? Am I still that? I'm not gonna say it. Am I still that nigga or am I back to being that broke nigga? You know what I mean? I need to know. You know what I mean? When shit don't look, when it don't look too good, I need to know how this looks. Then you know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's important. Yo, that is important. You know what I'm saying?
Important. Even like
when I hate
you don't know.
Yeah. When I'm like really pissed off, not hate's a strong word, but like, yo, when I dislike you right now at this moment, where like just the side of you make me want to just knock your block off. I gotta know that I still love you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
am I gonna fight the urge or am I just gonna let it go? Even like, and not even stuff like that. Even seasons of life, like you don't know how someone's gonna respond when there's like a death. You don't know how someone celebrates their successes.
Oh yeah.
If they're throwing stuff in your face, if they deal with mental health things, depression when they hit.
Do they get brand new when they run into a little bit of money? Now it ain't ours no more. It's mine. Yeah, you got this little keyword you got to pick up on. You know what I'm saying? My account.
Yeah.
I mean, my house.
It's my house.
Yeah. Yeah, my car. We've been using my car to get around, I mean, stuff like that is important. Yeah, not the car, not our car no more, but it's been my car. Yeah, my car has been getting us from A to B. But not only that, then you got to bring in like, the relationship with your parents.
Your car with my gas money though. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's true. You know what I mean?
What were you saying?
I mean, you got to get to like now because y'all living together. You've been meeting families. Thanksgiving's coming up. Now you got to meet the family. His mom may be too much for you. You know what I'm saying? Or your mom may be too much for him. You know what I mean? Families. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. And I feel like I would want to see everybody through those seasons. I would want to see my significant other through those seasons of life. So when I do go to marry you, I know exactly what I'm buying. That's bad.
And you still don't.
Not buying, but I know exactly what I signed up for. I know exactly who this person I'm putting this ring on their finger is.
If y'all watch the wedding, well, you buying it. It's a bill.
Yeah, that's super. That's super. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know exactly who this person is when we go
change.
to war.
So like I think being through your partner's evolutions and
you
know what I'm saying, because like even when you get married you think you know what you're getting. Make
Yeah.
sure you have the same vision and idea of what expectations are in getting married versus being a boyfriend and girlfriend. Or
it's definitely, you know what I mean,
there's so much to it. It's exhausting.
Yeah, because you know what I mean, when we boyfriend and girlfriend, you know what I mean, that's the time to try me. You know what I'm saying? When we husband and wife, don't try me no more, because you should know how this goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't try me. You know what I'm saying? And I should know like I'm not fitting to try you because I already know how this goes. You know what I'm saying? But like boyfriend and girlfriend, go ahead and try me. You know what I'm saying? Because now's the time for me to set this straight.
We can break away if it gets
because I'm like I'm girlfriend, I'm boyfriend. I can leave now and go back to my house, you know what I'm saying? Or if we living together, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I can go get my house.
Yeah, I can go. You can do that when you're married, but you're not going to.
I mean, some people do.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
For some people, marriage isn't the end all be all.
Nah, it's not. It shouldn't be. Maybe.
when I say that, I mean like some people can break up. That's why we have divorce.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If it caused for that to happen, then you know, I mean, it's not the end all be all.
And
it just didn't work out.
You wasn't trying it enough while you was boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah, but then again, it goes back to, you know what I mean, when y'all were dating, how much did y'all learn? How much did y'all learn about each other? You know what I'm saying?
That was a big one.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's you know what I mean? If we gonna be dating for, you know what I mean? Because you know, when you first start dating, you just dating. Like, it'd be whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, a couple years in,
I feel like that because for us personally, we started young. Like, not everybody's just dating just to date. Some people really do date with certain intention.
Right, you do. But at the beginning, if you ask anybody at the beginning, we just dating. Like, we just dating. She cool. He cool, she cool. I mean, like, I enjoy hanging out with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's whatever, man. You know, right now it ain't too bad.
It's nothing that's too serious.
But a couple years later into that, like 3 years into that, now we dating for something. At this point, I imagine. Like, now it's more than just dating. Now we talking about, like, you know, I can see myself taking the next step with you, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully not maybe, but like, I've been through a couple seasons with you, seeing how you handled it, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my love for you has blossomed. It's grown. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hopefully we can start talking about maybe taking the next steps.
Began to build something a little bit more.
Yeah. You start to become more secure in your investment. She starts to become more secure in her investment. And then, you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys can build something that just towers on top of the world.
Grows.
Yeah.
With a strong foundation.
Yeah, but take your time though, man. Look, take your time. Because marriage is, you can't undo marriage.
What
can't
do you
undo
say
marriage.
to the people that feel like they don't have time? Because not everybody was, like, we were young.
We were young, but what's not time?
I mean, like, okay, so if you were to start right now, like dating someone, you would have a different vision of how you would be dating them. You would have a different intention. Because now it would still be the same intention.
You are a little older, but guess what? Like, okay, our age, like 30s, it's still perfect time. You got mad time. Because 30s, you really just hitting your stride, hopefully.
I don't know. I guess I look at, like, for women, there's a whole, see, this is the difference right here.
But here's also the thing. Before you get into that, when I say you got time, I'm not talking about the time we had. You know what I mean? I'm not talking 8, 9 years. Like, you got, if you in your 30s, you got at least 2 to 3 years max.
Okay.
To really figure that person out. You know what I'm saying? It don't take years on years to figure. It do take years on years, but it don't take. You know what I mean?
To really spend your life with this person.
To know somebody to really be like, oh, okay, like I can already see I can like this person. You know what I'm saying? Now you can't do that in 6 months. Some people can. Some people can't. But like you got 2 to 3 years to spare.
That's why I say like your intentions, because there are people who after 6 months are like, yeah, this is the person. This is what I want to
and it could be.
And you don't know what you've gone through in those 6 months. In those 6 months, you could have gone through a couple seasons.
And you could have, but for me, I need more than 6 just because I need to be super short.
Right.
But it may, you know what I mean? Some people just fit like a glove, and it don't have to be, you know what I mean, more than 6. But I'm just saying, at my age, our age, you have that 2 to 3 year gap that you can just really figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Now that's, you know what I mean? Let's get the year to get to know each other. Maybe on our second year, we feel comfortable enough. Let's move in together. You know what I'm saying? Let's really give everything a test run. Because remember last episode, we said you got to give everything a test run.
Yes.
Everything. So, you know what I mean? Year 3, all right, this is really going good. I feel like I want to, you know what I mean, take my investment further. And hopefully she feels the same. You know what I'm saying? So now you guys can start talking about, like, how do you view marriage? You know what I mean? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys had those conversations already. Yeah. But, like, you know what I mean? I can see marriage.
Do you think it's ever too soon for those questions?
Yes. Don't ask me when we first met talking about marriage.
Why?
Because I didn't come for that.
Well, what did you come for?
Cheeks. Came for the cheeks.
I knew you were going to say something just off.
Yes, sir. Finesse you with the Red Lobster. Finesse you with the Red Lobster. Now you back on my couch.
I'm upset. I'm upset. You know what makes me so, like, okay.
Yes.
I
cheeks,
guess.
Yeah. I mean, most guys come for the cheeks.
I'm looking at you like that because that wasn't even like...
Do they not?
I don't know. Did you? Yeah.
Not with you.
Exactly.
All right, because first of all, you're like.
That sounds awful. So
no, yeah, because first of all,
whether I'm offended at the first one or the second one.
No, because first of all, and I've already told you, like when we first started like hanging out, like I didn't like you like that.
It's like I didn't like you like that.
Yeah, I didn't like you like that. So like I wasn't looking like you were just a cool person.
Offended. Nah.
Nah, you were just like a cool person. I just kind of met you. It was like, oh hey, what's up? Like I didn't even look at you like that. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, you whatever.
Yeah.
You cool.
This is true.
Yeah, I didn't
to pick my face
like.
up.
Yeah, I wasn't like really looking at you to be like.
That's the wrong answer, though. You're not supposed to tell them that.
I'm to be honest with you. Most of the people that like, because ours grew from like a friendship. Yeah. It wasn't like we were like
most people don't even know how we got started. That's why it's funny.
No, like it grew from literally like a friendship. So like I wasn't in here like finessing on you.
To get that.
Yeah, I was really like, oh yeah, that's Nina.
That's
She's
the homie.
like somebody's. I knew her from somebody, but
it was the homie.
Yeah. Like that's exactly how it was. It was like, oh yeah, it's Nina. I've seen her before. I think she's like so and so's friend or something.
Yeah, literally.
Like it wasn't even like. Oh,
literally.
Yeah. That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
So like.
It was just funny to hear it out loud.
Oh, yeah.
People look at us and think we've been like, since the beginning. No, we were literally good friends.
Yeah. I wouldn't even have said good friends.
I mean, at some point.
At some point we were good friends, but I'm saying like, before it was just always, hey, hi, bye.
What's up?
Like, it wasn't like nothing crazy like that. Yeah. And then, we started hanging out more and we finessed each other and then the feeling started to grow a bit more.
Yeah.
And then, that's how that. Yeah. So, it wasn't like that, but I'm saying in most cases, that's not the case. In most cases,
was out here trolling for cheeks, Butler.
In most cases, you know what I'm saying, the guy they already know each other. You know what I'm saying? There's like
No, I know. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I just wanted to dig deep.
But take your time. Take your time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Not
that's
everything.
What I was saying. You can take your time, but I feel like there's pressure on women because of our biological clocks and things like that.
But there's pressure on men too.
You think so? But you guys can have kids forever.
You can. You can, but with that, I can also tie into our history. I didn't plan on our kid history looking like this.
Oh, yeah, no.
So, like, imagine, you know what I'm saying? That can happen to anybody.
And you are a person that's like, I'm not trying to be running behind no kids at 40 years old.
I'm not. That looks crazy.
But our parents were that
My
old.
dad was not 40 when I was...
Oh, my dad was 40. He was turning 40 the next month when I was born.
See? Exactly. I don't even know how old my parents was because I'm trash. But... you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be going to my kids' kindergarten graduation and be like 40, 41.
Sorry, Dad. I had a ball with you
I'm not
45.
saying you can't have a ball. I'm not saying you can't do any of that. I'm saying like
I know.
For me, like I want to be out here getting, you know what I mean, tussling with my kids. Like if my kid wrestles,
yeah, 'cause you like the flip kids.
Nah, but only like I want to be involved. Like if my kid wrestles, I need to be out here wrestling with my kid, getting him right. You know what I mean? If my kid plays a ball, if he's a ball player, I need you to know that you'll never beat me.
I feel like that's your pride. There it is.
Exactly. I need you to know that right off the bat. You're never going to beat me. Like, I don't know what you signed up for, but this ain't that. You know what I mean? I need you to know that. And I got to play you I don't care if we play every Sunday from like the time you can dribble a ball till even like when we are, you know what I mean? When we do have our kid and he gets the little... or she, whatever it may be, gets a little homemade basketball course. I'm dunking all over him just so we can I'm setting my intentions early. You'll never beat me. You know what I mean? True. Like it's nice to think about
I'm gonna be rooting for my kid the day they beat you. I'll be like,
and that's cool, but that's what everyone should do. But I'm not giving you the option to beat me. And not only that, I feel like, you know what I mean? I lost my train of thought. You'll never beat me, but I don't want to be old because I want to. If I have a daughter and my daughter does gymnastics, I'm trying to be out there with you doing gymnastics.
Really?
I'm with you. What we doing? We doing gymnastics. We rocking. All right, that's what we doing.
You cartwheeling.
I'm there. Whatever. Yeah, I'm all there. So like, I'm trying to be there for these moments. I'm trying to do that.
I get it though.
Yeah.
Definitely wanting to experience being able to have fun with your kids.
And even like when I can I can let the dogs roam free into a backyard going crazy. I can let the kid roam free. I can just run around with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want to be all cramped up, bent over.
I mean, but that's not always age. That's your health.
Yeah, but health and age they come together very closely. So you know what I mean? How you can look older. You can have older people problem but still be young, but I'm trying to be good.
I feel you.
So I'm trying to be good. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to be to the point where like I not outlive my like kids, but I want to be here to see like my kids' whole entire
Getting
life.
older, see
Yeah, to the point where like my kids are begging me to die. Like I'm trying to be that guy. Like you still go, or to the point where that when I die, it's not as sad.
Yeah, because he's lived such a long life.
He's just been here forever. It's only been forever.
I feel you on that.
So that's kind of the vibe I'm trying to be on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
you know,
yeah,
such as life, case right?
Yeah, kid try to shoot a free throw over my casket. I'm gonna jump up out of that thing and block it. Boy, I told you would never get me.
Yo, you are fatty on another level.
Boy, you would never. Yeah, you would never.
Like you have to like advise whoever's doing the funeral. Like if my kids do that, just block that shot.
Nah, I'm coming back. God will reverse the timing. God, you know my intentions. This is what I had to do. Yeah, block the shot, get my acceptance speech, and I'm going.
And we're just supposed to be like, oh yeah, that's him. You gonna come back every time. Your kids is gonna be setting up pictures of you shooting free throws over the pictures at home.
Man, you know what I mean? You're never gonna beat me. It's nice to know, but I mean, you're never gonna beat me. But yeah, I'm just saying, I want to still be kind of young and still, you know what I mean, do crazy stuff. Like still be able to go to like amusement parks and we get on rides.
Oh yeah.
And still just go crazy.
And just be out here.
Oh yeah. Still, you know what I mean? Still, I'm gonna race my kids. You're talking about how fast you is. Yeah, brother.
Dang, yo, and I believe it too, because I've seen you. You ain't letting nobody win.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna hurt? When they beat you at a video game.
The kid ain't happening.
That's gonna hurt.
I mean, like,
look at your face. That's gonna hurt.
It won't happen. They're gonna have to work to beat me. I'm not.
I didn't say that.
Only because like I don't really believe in like the participation trophy thing.
I didn't say you were going to let them win. I said when they beat you, because it's going to be fair and square, and that work will be put in.
We'll see. We'll see. If they ain't gonna get it over my dead body, what makes you think they gonna get it over while I'm alive? Like, come on, man.
I'm gonna let y'all know how this plays out sometime in the future.
The dead body, you thought you was gonna pop the 3 over me. Boy.
Oh my God. All right. So we have covered.
Pop the casket on your bitch. No.
I cannot.
No, I would never.
I cannot. Oh my God.
I would never.
I can't wait for Mom to see this one.
That's like your dad.
Call his phone.
Come on, man.
Call his phone.
That's like, man, you know what I mean? Knock on wood, God forbid your dad ever goes with him. That's like me snatching a gold chain off your dad's neck while he sleeps. You think that man ain't gonna grip me by my rinky-dink collar? Be like, yo. You know what I mean?
Oh, you thought.
You know what I mean? Your dad see a homeboy rocking his leather jacket at his funeral. You think he ain't getting up out the casket? You crazy.
Y'all gave that to him?
That brokey? Oh, get that.
Oh, nah. He don't even know what to do with that.
He couldn't tell leather from blether. Yeah, come on, man.
No, we've officially spent way too much time with them. He can't tell leather from blether. Oh,
yo, come on, man. I'm only speaking the truth, man. I'm only speaking the truth. Like, you know what I mean? God forbid your mom ever go, but somebody can't recite them Bible verses right. You think your mom ain't coming back for that?
I don't think it would be that.
She coming back. Oh, no, she coming back.
No, if
you recited it while I was in front of the Father?
If you decide you're going to call her grandkids. She's definitely.
Oh, my fault. I forgot.
She's definitely coming back.
Yeah, people gonna be at my funeral. Come on, man. I'm dead. She gotta let it slide on my deathbed. I would never. Ain't no way.
Yo. Oh my God.
That's so not funny that she didn't even find that funny.
She's not gonna find it funny.
That's not funny at all. Yeah.
She's not gonna find it funny here. Sorry in advance.
It happened.
This one won't be getting shared.
Comic relief, man. Comic relief.
This is real life, though. Like, this is real life.
Oh my God.
So, I don't even know where I want to go next with that.
I tried.
We can either, because I don't want to make it run too long. We almost at our 40-something minute mark. Do you want to go into the next one, or do you want to? Okay. Well, I feel like I don't even know where to go. There was a question as far as getting comfortable with yourself and people having an issue with you when you do get comfortable with yourself, as well as like when you're in a growing space, people not necessarily recognizing your growth and always wanting to bring up.
All right, so we'll just touch on these two real fast and we'll just try to keep it short and brief.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still at that stage where I'm growing, and I can see that sometimes it makes certain people uncomfortable. What's so funny?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm growing. You know what I mean? I'm getting better. But I mean, like, it makes certain people uncomfortable, so I'm still learning to, like, you know what I mean, not to stunt my growth for other people. You know what I'm saying? I gotta grow.
Yeah.
That's what it's intended for me to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I used to, not used to, sometimes I still do get caught up in like, man, like you still talking to me like you don't see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't see, I just glowed up out here. You know what I'm saying? You just, yeah.
You bringing up my old stuff, expecting for me to react or respond in that way.
You acting like you ain't see your boy just copped up on him. So like, honestly, the best thing you can do in this time period is literally zone out and lock in on yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever anybody else is going to talk, and you got to also understand that there's some people that's always going to view you that way.
Yeah, they're going to be
just
like,
because
you've been a brokey.
That's on God. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to view it that way because there are some people who don't want to see you grow. And at the same time, there's some people who just need to remind you that, like, during your growth, you still a trash person. Yeah, I'm saying? But just like I said, like, for me, it took for me to literally lock in on myself and go get the things that I wanted to get. I wanted to understand some things. I had to go understand some things. Whether that was me taking a break from seeing, like, friends, family, like, really being in my zone and locking in and going to, like, manifest everything that I wanted to, like, get. You know what I'm saying? And that took for me to grow. I couldn't get these things that I wanted if I was the old me. So to the point that even when people talk about the old me, I got to look at it at myself and be like, oh, dang, I used to do that? That's crazy. I would never now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So for me, I can see the growth myself. So start noticing the growth for yourself, and then eventually people are going to see the growth. You're going to start running into people and they're going to be like, man, you just a totally different person. Like, when they come at you like that, you just take that as, oh yeah, so you see it. You know what I mean?
I think it's important that when you're in those journeys, that growth and being comfortable with yourself do begin to become hand in hand. It may not.
To the mic?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It may not be that in the beginning, but I think as you grow, security within yourself comes.
Yeah.
And so because you become secure within yourself about things, you become secure in your growth.
Yeah.
And then it's not that you're growing because you're looking for recognition from other people, but then it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Like that recognition of someone saying, oh yeah, because you're right, people will see it. Some people are literally put here to like deny your growth. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like there are some people who will deliberately try to pull you back and put you in who you used to be or where you've come from, and that's no longer, you've shed that layer of skin, so to speak.
Yeah, that's like roadblocks. You're gonna have roadblocks in there, and that's what these people are here. And there are some people that are here to test you, to knock you off your growth path.
Yeah.
And if you get off that growth path, then you know you got to get back on it. You know what I mean? Eventually you'll know when you locked in, because when you locked in, can't nobody knock you off that growth path.
Literally.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I see you coming I'm gonna go ahead and finesse my way this way just because I already know. And then you'll get away from the people that you start seeing is a bit more, I hate using the word, but toxic to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, every time I talk to this person, it ain't nothing about, it's all about who I used to be. Oh, we used to just hang out and do this. You know what I mean? I can't afford to do that no more because I need to get to the things that I need to get to. And I can't have them things if I'm here. I gotta be here to get these things. You know what I'm saying? When you level up, you get greater things.
Yeah.
And I've noticed
you can handle them.
When you level up, you accept bad news better. You know what I mean? When you level up, you accept the unknown better.
You handle things better. Like I feel like you're not giving things, like if you're given something before you can handle it. Case in point, we were just talking to one of our homies and they were saying like that's how I knew I wasn't ready for like that amount of money because I was just like bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I recognize like, oh, now I'm ready for this because I handle it differently.
Right.
I'm more grateful or I'm more careful with the way I use it.
Facts. And I'm just to piggyback off that, like you gotta have a mindset. Your mindset gotta match the growth you in. You know what I'm saying? So like you still may be in the middle of your transforming growth seasons. You know what I'm saying? You might got like 3 more seasons to go. You don't really know, but you'll know.
Yeah, and
But
your mind will change.
Exactly. So the way you view things will be different. The way people start to view you, that's less important to me now.
Yeah.
Because now I know exactly where I need to get to, and plus I've seen in order to get this right here, this gotta go, you know what I mean? This old me gotta get cut off.
And it won't matter in a healthy way.
No.
Because there is, it's funny you said you hate to use that word. I don't really hate using the word toxic because shoot, if you're allergic to seafood, that's toxic to you. It's good for everybody else, but you could die. So like I know like
Can you really die from a seafood allergic reaction?
yeah, your throat can close. It swells up. People do.
I'm not allergic to anything. I don't know.
Thank God.
Except being a brokey. No, all right, so go ahead. I could never be.
Oh God.
Are you crazy?
I can't.
But okay, yeah. So
It was funny to me because it does carry such a negative connotation, but there are things that are toxic. But people how they view you, it won't matter in a healthy way, meaning it won't affect you.
No, that's facts.
Like versus I don't care. No, you're not even gonna be in that mode. Like, I don't care what people have to say. You won't have to say it because you actually just won't care. Like,
yeah, and if you really move in the way you need to move, and your growth is really getting to that level, people will start to remove themselves from around you.
Yeah, they don't want to be around you because you.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like a higher power, whatever you believe in, they gonna step in and do the work for you.
Yep.
And now you keep doing what you're going. You're gonna start receiving blessings that you ain't never gonna think you receive. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start getting. I don't want to cuss, but damn. Like the things you thought you would not receive, you will receive once you start hitting that growth point. You know what I'm saying? Once you start leveling up, it's like unlocking something every level that you thought you would never even unlock. You know what I mean? You start understanding things a bit differently. You hear things a bit differently.
And different people will come into your life. Those people will fall away, and you'll find that you're in a circle of people who want to see you win, who are happy when you win. They're not like,
that, and you just get introduced to like foreign things now.
Yes.
Foreign, and not foreign things as in like from a different country. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Things
like
you weren't.
Crystals for a lot of people are foreign.
Yeah.
Now reflecting back on where I'm at, people. I mean, these crystals are foreign to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So when a lot of people see these crystals, they don't understand it.
And you wasn't wearing crystals 4 weeks ago.
Exactly.
A month ago. They like,
so now I'm in a new growth pattern. I'm operating on a different level now. You know what I'm saying? I could just snatch the crystals off and dumb it down and go back to where they at, but that ain't where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I need to get somewhere, so like I can't go back that way. I gotta go this way, and they gonna catch up. And when they hit that growth pattern, and when they get to needing to understand what this foreign object is, I can come back and drop the knowledge and be like, all right, well, this is how this works then. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, the growth is awkward. It's kind of like when you're like a teenager and you hit that growth spurt and you become the tallest kid in your class. You got goofy looking features. I mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you might have been the ugliest kid in class by like junior high school, by high school, senior year. Boy, now they on you. You know what I mean? Like now, you know what I mean? Now they see what the potential was. You know what I mean? They couldn't see behind the pimple face, but now the clear face, you know what I mean? They all on you.
You allowed to wear makeup.
Yeah, so
now.
like, don't stop your growth. Don't dumb your growth down. It's not for people to understand it.
Your growth isn't for anyone but you.
You got to understand it. And when them people hit the gas on their growth, you can always travel back down and let them know, like, all right, right here, this is exactly what I did. Now, don't take my way because you got your own path, but just take what you can from what I'm saying and then just go. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, you start getting into foreign territory. Again, not out the country, not wheels, not whips. But like,
I mean, it might.
Could. But for now, let's keep it simple. You know, you start getting into foreign objects. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then,
just a different, even language. Like, just you start speaking differently. Yeah. You start thinking differently.
And now, you know, then
moving differently.
Facts. And that comes with a new set of problems. Now, oh, look at this guy with big words too.
Yeah.
Who'd ever thought? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it though. Because, like, this is exactly where you need to be. If you weren't supposed to be here, you would have never been moved here. You know what I'm saying? You can't make yourself move to where you need to go. No, let me take that back. You can't invent the move to where you can't invent to where you need to go. I don't know if that makes sense.
I think that's like that saying, like, where they say, like, don't reinvent the wheel. Like, it's something that's already.
Yeah, like, God already got it planned out. You know what I'm saying? And there's obstacles on the way there. There's obstacles on the way back.
I know
it's all about how you move.
Because I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Really, like, you're going to get there. Like, you're going to get there. Like, I couldn't do this. Like, you got to understand, like, I couldn't do this last year. I couldn't do this the year before. I couldn't do this the year before that. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do this the year before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do any of this because I hadn't hit that peak yet.
Yep.
There were still small obstacles I had to conquer before I could even hit the gas on these big, you know what I mean, these big goals I needed to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's time taking, but like you can't let anybody knock you off your growth,
your path and your growth. And
yeah. So what? I look crazy right now, but in these couple of months, I'm gonna be looking even crazier. And it's only gonna look crazy to you because you're not here,
right?
And you haven't even begun to start working on the things that you really need to work on. A lot of us work on things, but we don't work on the things that we need to work on, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? We don't really deal with the crap that we need to deal with. We just deal with what we want to deal with. You know what I mean? So we deal with what we want to deal with, and then we go ahead and tell people like, yo. You know what I mean? Look at your boy growing. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I ain't even.
But you're not.
I ain't even deal with my real issues yet. That's really holding me back. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't do that shadow work yet.
Yeah, so it's best that you just go ahead and keep growing. Like, I promise you, like, you're gonna get what you need.
I think one of the things that's important is you just hit a really good thing is, like, people do work on what they want to work on.
Yeah.
But, like, when you're growing and you're truly growing, you're not working on the things that were already, like, so to speak, good qualities about yourself. No, you're dealing with, like, how do I handle my jealousy? How can I change that? How do I handle not being consistent? And I know I want to be consistent in life. How do I handle, you know, my pattern behaviors that haven't been healthy? Like, that's the kind of growth that it's just different.
Yeah.
It's different. And people do have a hard time. Like, not everyone wants to see you be your best self. Because if you're being your best self, there are people who haven't dealt with their envy and feel like you're overshadowing or you're taking away from their light.
Oh, that's facts. And by you being your best self, it really points out the flaws in the people around you.
Yeah. Like,
so then they realize they gotta step their game up. And now once they got to step their game out, that puts more pressure on them because I got to step my game up because you growing. Because I can't be around you if you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think that it caused almost for, like, when you see someone growing, you begin to analyze, like, wow, when you really are witnessing someone's change in a positive light and it's not from a bad place, you start to be like, wow, like, I want to, like, touch on, like, what do I need to work on? Like, you start to ask yourself that versus it being a toxic thing of, like, there's just two different people. There's two kinds of people in the world, I feel like. You know what I mean? So.
For sure.
But I think as far as people always wanting to bring you back away from your growth.
They always going to be there.
Yeah. And Also, I will say this too, and I think that we skip this a lot. Like, consider the source. Do you know what that means, to consider the source?
Oh, yeah. Consider who it's coming from.
Absolutely. Like, if it's someone who really does have love for you and they're saying, like, yeah, no, there's still something a little bit that might need some work, consider what they mean by that.
Yeah.
Because not everyone's trying to point out your flaws, but some people really are trying to help you grow. And in order to do that, they're letting you know, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You've come a long way here, but you're still not addressing this here.
And again, consider the source.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not right or wrong, but if somebody, if it's the same person that's been telling you the same thing for years, then consider the source.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's something that you fixed and you know you got past it, because you can see your growth in it yourself, I don't even react that way no more. Then now you're just dealing with you're just a typical hater. And now, like,
or it just doesn't apply. Some things just don't apply.
It don't apply. But for somebody who sees the growth and keeps bringing up something that they swear you have never changed. You know what I'm saying? You can, like, look how calmly I'm so talking to you. You know what I mean? I would have been like, bitch your head off by now. Like, but look, I'm having a simple conversation with you. I'm not even mad at the conversation we're having. And you telling me this ain't growth?
Right.
You know what I mean? They may be like, nah, but you're gonna be mad after when we done with the conversation.
Or they're just trying to get
you know what I mean?
Like,
yeah, that's the people you need. All right, well, look, you ain't operating on my level then.
When they start hitting you with things that used to be real sensitive and you're not ready to
let me get up out of here. Yeah. Or they just keep throwing bad times in your face about all the shit that you just refuse to, like. I mean, look, you just know,
you made.
yeah, you just know the people you need to get from around when you growing. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna do it at any cost. But I'm also a firm believer. You do your part, God gonna come in and handle the rest. So God just may end up moving them away for you, and that's even better for you because that means you got more time to focus on your growth. Yep. Again, my growth, her growth. It's not your growth. We're not
his growth ain't mine.
No, man. We're not the end all be all. That's Spence, guys. So, like, he's just
big and disrespectful.
Yeah, man. So, like, all right, my growth, her growth ain't the end all be all. You don't follow this. This ain't the path to success. We still learning our growth as we go through it, but at the same time, take what you can from this. Again, not everything. Weave out what you want. Take something that you feel you can apply, tweak it just a little bit, and then go ahead and finesse your way up out of here. Yeah. So what's the last, is there one more topic we need to touch before we get up out of here?
I feel like I should save this other topic for the next episode because I feel like this is one we're really going to get into. It's two different relationship topics.
Cool.
So,
all right.
Should I tease them with what they are? Or are you afraid if I tease them, you might actually start to?
I mean, go ahead. I mean, you can tell them what it is. We can.
All right. So the next topics that we're going to get into with the next episode will be, one is based on a meme that I saw that said, y'all ever notice the relationship is only at risk when the woman is unhappy? The guys be unhappy hella long and still be thugging it out, but y'all don't want to talk about that though. Look at your face. Yeah. And then also just actually off of that, do you believe that the lack of attention can make you fall out of love with someone?
I don't know. To be continued. So if you like those topics and you want to hear what we have to say about them, also we want to hear what you have to say about them. But y'all act like y'all Twitter fingers broke, so I don't understand.
Y'all be on social media all
IG
day.
Broke. Yeah, and I know y'all be coming across some crazy stuff, and y'all don't even let the homies know. So that's crazy.
Y'all not putting us on.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
What's that?
That's crazy. So like I feel like y'all should just go ahead and like hit our DM or hit our email and let us know like what you got going on.
Yeah. What do you think about these up and coming topics?
Yeah. Or maybe you heard a crazy topic the other day that we didn't hear.
Do you think we're crazy for being around crystals?
Do we look like lunatics, loonies? Or, you know what I mean? Let me know. Have you thought about your crystal journey? Have you thought about getting into crystals? Have you thought about your spiritual growth? Have you thought about growth? Like, let me, where y'all at with it?
I got a real important question. What are you coming back from the dead for?
You know, and if you kids already beat you in something, get out of it. Don't even talk to me. What is you talking about? Yeah. Come on, man.
You goofy. All right.
I'm not here for that. Exit stage right to the brokey section. This guy. Section. You let your kids beat you?
Yeah.
Not cool. So wouldn't that not become cool? All right, so we'll be here again next Monday. Again, Sunday. if you're a Patreon, you can get this a day
on
earlier
Sunday.
on Sunday. Go ahead and hit that $5 and copy a love pack. But if not, and you're cool with just waiting till that Monday, cool.
Oh, and before we go, also, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribing. And when you subscribe, if you want to know exactly when these videos go out, make sure you hit the notification button.
Ding.
Yes, and you will be notified every time we upload on our YouTube.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you got
Yeah.
a few laughs. And on that note,
We are out of here.